Alright. What is up, YouTube? It is me, HPJ here. How you guys doing? Welcome to another HPJ podcast. I'm of course your host, Harpie Player Joe. It is April 26th of 2026 and welcome to basically my April 26th, my 40th live stream. My 40th, well, podcast, not live stream, my 40th podcast. If you guys who've been following me for a long period of time know, I'm a huge, I've been creating this type of content for over 2 years now, which is amazing. I really am shocked that I am still doing podcasts only because a lot of people have asked me, like, oh, you're gonna you're continuing. No one really asked me. Just most people probably shocked that I'm still doing podcasts because really, truthfully and honestly, I did not expect myself to want to continue to do podcasts, considering that everything that's been going on. And no, I'm still doing podcasts, surprisingly. Um, I think the biggest feature of it all is just that how much effort I put into it. Because the other day I was looking through some algorithm stuff, and I remember my algorithm was basically like, oh yeah, like you're doing Digimon stuff, but in reality, your Digimon stuff is I mean, not Digimon stuff. Your your algorithm basically says your podcasts are the worst thing on your channel. I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's nice. What do I do with this information at this point? Because it's not really much I can change, and even if that were the case, I'm still forever going to be linked to doing podcasts. So, um, my podcasts are basically just remnants of me doing content on more of a vocal level than a verbal level. And it's crazy too because a lot of, you know, content creators that I know have moved into doing podcasts. The reason why I started doing podcasts was because um, Proton, John, or Claire were doing podcasts with Tom Fox, Jared, the 8-bit drummer, and uh, what's his name? I should know his name. Oh, Stephen George, aka um, Grandpa George. So it was very crazy to see how many people were posting. But maybe because I don't do it live, I do it like post. Because I did remember when I started, I asked people, "Oh, do you guys want me to do a a stream version of the podcast?" And they were like, "No, it's fine." I was like, "Oh, okay." Because I was really open to just doing you know a podcast live stream. And then I remember that my laptop is kind of shitty on itself, so it's just like, oh, I guess this is a thing. So, yeah, I really didn't get a chance to really, you know, focus on um, strategically thinking about most of that, which that's my fault, not anyone else's. Um, so, so it's my bad. Um, there are a couple of other things that I am like, cause I was thinking about maybe doing a live stream for the podcast, but then I was like, if I do a live stream for the podcast, I have to put more effort into it, and I really don't want to put so much effort into it. But that was an idea. That was to go ahead and get find a way to live stream the podcast and everything. Um, but which probably would have took more work, and then actually me getting um a multitude of things together, which ultimately would have resulted into doing a lot of stuff for that particular reason. So, yeah. It was, like I said, it was just ideas of things that I wanted to establish and then hopefully execute in that lineup. Um, and then what else was it? There was a couple other things too that I had the interest in doing. It was doing that. No, I think it was just that. It was literally just that. In terms of just, you know, what was it? Yeah, it was just like a majority of things, honestly, of what I was keeping together for the podcast. Then I remember, because there's also the video game aspects of the game too. I mean, of things I've been trying to do too, because I want to update you guys on my video game lineup, if that's okay. So I finished Digimon World Dawn, because I did a nice replay of that over the last few weeks. It was really amazing. I had a ton of fun. I did. I didn't finish every achievement because Melon Diaz has a thing where you can attach this to get it. You can get achievements for the things you do in the game. And I was like, oh shit, damn! I wish I kind of didn't skip out on that one. But I did eventually finish the game. The game was fun. Um, because here's the thing also I want people to know, like I do play a lot of these games where I focus so much on, I've already beaten the game, so if I want to break the game, just break it, and I kind of did. Most of my Digimon battles ended like with one fell swoop. Like one fell swoop, one fell strike. And I already had Megas before we even finished like the first mission. The first mission of the game is a battle against what is technically supposed to be like a champion level Digimon. And I unfortunately um, hit that grade. So yeah, it was definitely it was just like, damn, this sucks. But truth be told, I did enjoy it. I got to play a lot of my favorite Digimon. I got to play, um, a lot of my favorite Digimon lineups. So I was very excited about that. And then I even got to get some DNA Digimon on the team. So the only real thing that I have to test out is just taking on some of the optional bosses, optional encounters, the post-game encounters. So those people are like really like, oh shit, this is gonna be really, really hard encounters. Because both Digimon World Dawn and Digimon World Dusk have those. When you're playing Digimon World Dawn, your post-game encounters, the harder, like the secret bosses, if you will, the secret encounters, there you go, are Imperial Dramon Paladin mode, no, Imperial Dramon Fighter mode. It's not Saber Dramon, that's the other game. Dark Dramon, and then I forget what the other one is. Oh, Anubis mod. There we go. So there's 2 dragons and 1 holy Digimon. These are basically your super encounters, your highest level, hardest encounters in the game. And I think the highest level of them is Imperial Dramon Fighter mode, who's I think levels 90 to 95. Anubis mod is second with 80 to 85. I think it's 85 to 90. And then Dark Dramon, which I think is from 75 to 80 in that range. To encounter Dark Dramon, you have to be at the Arctic Glacier area where you encounter him. It's most easy to find an encounter with Dark Dramon in the Chaos Spring part of it. Anubismon is in the ruins area of the Thriller Ruins, not the outside, the inside. So like where you encounter like all the different stuff in the game. That's where, like, some of your missions were you inside the building or inside the ruins, like the because it's a portion of the trans field where you fight Dark Digimon. That's where you fight. That's based off of Thriller Ruins. That's where that is. So it's like the temple area. There we go. It's in the temple area. Where you find Anubismon. And then Tusk Canyon owns Imperial Dramon. And that is actually a version exclusive battle with them. Because if you're playing Digimon World Dusk, your encounters there are Armageddonmon, similar levels that of Imperial Dramon, and you'll find that in in the Magnet Mines. Proxy Island holds Saber Leomon, who basically you encounter the switch for Dark Dramon. And then in the Thriller Ruins, in the Temple area, you'll encounter Agromon Ultimate form. And it's funny because he's an ultimate level Digimon, but his stats have been at the equal of Omega, and he's going to be your second hardest encounter next to Armageddonmon, who's going to be your hardest encounter in the Magnet Mines. And I do officially tell people this: if you're going to be going into, you know, the stuff with Imperial Dramon, do be careful because your Imperial Dramon encounters are going to be completely different from Armageddonmon's encounters, because those are both exclusive areas for those games. And a lot of people do enjoy them. A lot of people, say they were very hard, but it is definitely, still an amazing feature. So, yeah, congrats to them. So, I don't know. It's one of those things, but it's still a thing. I am going to basically avert you into some other games over a while. Let's see. Because what is it I'm going to be Richard for fair into? So I'm going to be doing, what is it? Because that's when Digimon games, because Digimon games are, yay, I got them out the way. What was it? The other, I believe, is, I should know this because I'm playing these games. Yeah, I'm focused on that portion of Digimon. Then moving into, I'm trying to remember, what am I moving into for the summer? Because you know this. Tamagotchi Life. I will play that during the summer. Finishing up Link to the Past, because I still have 2 more dungeons to finish. I have not finished them because they're the hardest dungeons for that game. Well, it's the hardest dungeon in the game. I think it's the tower, the glowing tower in the Dark World. I need to finish that one. Then I need to go finish. Because those two, I'm starting Wind Waker. I want to start FF7 as my next RPG game. Because I never beaten the original 7, and I heard it is going to be difficult. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot. So, trying to figure out how that's going to work. It's supposed to work, I guess. And then, there's some other things that I'm just looking forward to, if anything. Outside of that, really, I think that's about it, because I don't have any major plans in terms of games. Like, those are just the games that I have lined up. I know Digimon Time Strangers is coming out on the Switch 2 in July, so I will most likely try to pick that up. But other than that, that is literally it. That is literally just... yeah, this is literally it. This is literally the handful of things that I will have a lineup of things too. So, what else is it that I am looking into for video game? No, I think that's about it. That is about it. So yeah. Yeah, this is pretty much about it in terms of that lineup. So then, what else is it in terms of it? Um, I did look into. So let's talk about Digimon because I did pick up a couple of Digimon cards from my locals. Um, over in Alameda, we got a couple of things there. I got two of the BT21 promo Mastermon. I did get because they got reprinted in AD01. I got the Takuya, Tommy, and Zoe Tamer card. I got four of those I'm using for Red Hybrid. Red Hybrid has resurfaced and is doing well. But it's only like the first few events right now where they're doing extremely well, and I'm very happy for them because I will be thinking of either Red. I think Red Hybrid is probably where I'll be going because sadly Sakuyamon just kind of just came and she fell off, which is understandable. So I'm not too upset about that. I am just more so of, okay, well I invested in it and I can just find other things to invest in and I'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, a lot of people were very just, you know, yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty much happy about that. But then I know a lot of other people had told me they're pretty much looking forward to some other ideas for Digimon that are coming out. So yeah, that's cool. Outside of that, really, I don't really have too many big things for Digimon. I just want to finish Sakuyamon, and then by the time I finish Sakuyamon, I should be fine. No, Mastering One, because I want to finish Mastering One. But the only thing is that I need to get the Mirais. That's the last thing I have to get. Those last two Mirais, and then the Mastering Ones from one of the BTs. I think it was BT23's Mastering One I have to pick up. And then that's it, because she's the really good one. She's the one with partition. She's the one that has the additional setup for the deck. And it's just like I said, always with the deck, is that the deck has a slow start. If we didn't have such a slow start, it'd be a perfectly fine deck. But it just unfortunately has a slow start. Then what else is it? I guess you. Hold on one second. Okay, so yeah, that was just the Digimon stuff. Because once I finish Mastermon, then I'll be perfectly fine. Let's move into Yu-Gi-Oh for a minute because Yu-Gi-Oh, was it Chaos Origins coming out in late August or early August, late July. Blazing Domination comes out in a week or two from now. I forgot there were cards in it for Mimigul, so I completely forgot that was an archetype. So I am gonna pick up Mimigul Flower because they renamed it from Rafflesia to Flower. Fine, and it makes sense though because while it looks beautiful on the inside, like flower, it's really not. It's one of the most deadliest plants, or most stankiest plants you can encounter is a Rafflesia. But I will be picking up a Rafflesia. Well, I'll be picking up a copy of those, but they're common, so it's much. It's a couple of commons I'm gonna be picking up. And then I went to my locals a few days ago, and unfortunately, they didn't have a lot of stuff from Rarity Collection 5 because everyone was picking up Rarity Collection 5. Yeah, they sold out of, I think, 4 cases, 3 or 4 cases. They have a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh products, but yeah. Because I talked to the owner. We've known each other for years. He was like, yeah, he was like, I'm sorry that you came to pick up Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I don't have everything because I put most of it in storage. I was like, oh, it's fine. He was like, yeah. And then they also stated that they changed the date for the Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. They're no longer on Wednesdays now. They're on Tuesdays. And he was like, yeah, I changed the Yu-Gi-Oh date. No, they changed it to Wednesdays, and now I'm hearing that they want to change it to Tuesdays. So, I guess time, convenience. But then again, they have like multiple One Piece days, and One Piece is apparently doing exceptionally well. So, yeah. I'm just basically focusing on, you know, what I can focus on, which is just everything that I'm currently playing. But for Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, I am just picking up a couple of things there. I have one big Yu-Gi-Oh project that I am working on. I think many of you know what that Yu-Gi-Oh project is at this point. But I'm going to give myself the deadline of the end of June to finish the project, because the project is going to be real simple, really just, it's one of my bigger projects because I'm putting the effort and the work into it. I just don't want anything misconstrued or taken out of context or anything. But it was an idea of an idea that I got, and I'm going to be executing it there. The next thing up, because I know many of you were probably waiting for that too. Because hold on, I'm getting some stuff out of my drawer. But yeah, in terms of just Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, yeah, that's about it. I did update some of the stuff I'm already talking about on Yu-Gi-Oh. So if you guys haven't looked at most of my other content, please do. Because you're definitely gonna need to look at it. For like, what was it? It's just a couple of other small things, like the archetype videos. I'm gonna be doing some more of those later. Because Lyralist is getting one. I'm gonna be redoing one for what is one I was updating? I said I was gonna do an update for. I should remember this off the top of my head. I haven't done one for Lyralist. I'm gonna do one for Lyralist. I want to do one for Melfly, but then there's new Melfly cards coming in the OCG, so I have to wait for that till July. So most people can wait for that. There aren't any new chibis coming out, as far as I know. Okay, and it's like a little bit of this face washing here, but I'll probably just use both. So yeah, there's like a couple of things left, but then outside of that, really, that's all about it. I don't have any major big plans for Yu-Gi-Oh in terms of it, and I'm not entering any major Yu-Gi-Oh events for a long period of time. I am enjoying my Strikers. I hope you guys are enjoying Strikers too. And then Puzzles and Dragons. So Freecy, the anime, that's coming to Puzzles and Dragons. I've been re-zeroing and playing. What's that other game? What's that other anime just came? Oh, ReZero came to Puzzle and Dragons a few weeks ago. And then we're going through the Key Dragons event, which hasn't been too bad. But the cards that I want from it, I haven't been able to roll. We've been getting free Magic Stones like crazy for the last couple of days. 5 Magic Stones per day till I believe the event is over. But for the most part, yeah, I've had better. It's not bad, but it could be better. And I'd rather just you give me all the Magic Stones than me trying to daily input every goddamn day for these Magic Stones and saving them. But yeah, it's kind of one of those it is what it is situations. Oh, it's the train station film crossing New Leaf. Aww. Anyway, so yeah, that's Pad. And then what other stuff is going on outside of that? People want me to play One Piece. I'm not playing One Piece. I have no interest in playing One Piece. That's why I've been just sticking to the games I have been playing. There was an instance of playing Pokemon at a certain point in time. Cause I just restart Gen 5 and was playing that for a minute. But then playing 2 RPGs at one point in time is just kind of just a bad move. So, I guess my new thing is just going to start playing around with Pokemon for a while. Until the summer starts. Or until my vacation starts. And then that's when I'm going to start playing with, with Digimon. Sonic hasn't had any real big news. Oh, they did post the artwork for the 35th anniversary. I can't wait for the 35th. And I think that's about it. I don't think I have any major other things outside of Sonic in them. There is some big pop culture news I want to talk about. Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson broke up. I think that's kind of something I want to take to. I'm not really a big Megan Thee Stallion fan, but I support women and I don't support cheaters. And basically, Megan said, Klay cheated on her. And I feel sorry for her because no woman deserves to be cheated on. If you're going to cheat on somebody, why even bother to stay with them? So Klay fumbled the bag. But also it just shows how frugal a lot of men are. Because I've seen a lot of men show their frugality in this. They're supporting him cheating on her. They're claiming this is what she gets for doing what she did to Tori. But Tori's the one that shot her. Tori's the one that cheated on her. Or whatever he did, and he shot her because of it. And it's just like all these people who wanted to defend Tory, you know, they've been real silent, except for the dumbass fans. No, that's what she get. That's what we shoot. That's what she got shot. Like no, like now you're saying that it's okay to shoot women when the men or whoever their partner is wrong. Just like if it was vice versa, you guys would be like, man, she cheated on you, and y'all be saying this, this, and this. Like if the roles were reversed, and it was Clay who got cheated on, then it'd be a different story. People would have different reactions. Well, it's like, you know, it's just little boys who want to play with their toys, and they get mad because their toys aren't toys, they're actual humans. And shout out to all these, you know, men that want to sit there and tell women what to do with their bodies, but they haven't done anything with their bodies in the last several years. You know, food for thought there, boys. Because you're not men, you're little boys. So, yeah. So hopefully she can get through this, you know. And anyone who goes through it where your partner cheats on you and then tries to make you feel like the villain in the story, fuck them. Fuck them. Simply fuck them. Is there anything to actually talk about? I don't even about it. Don't have any like major updates or anything. Um, Outside of that, oh, actually no, I do have two more things to talk about. Oh, my locals. There was some drama at my locals too. So I don't know if anyone knows Fire and Ice in Stockton. I mean, Sacramento. It's a car shop in Sacramento. So basically, this guy claimed he bought like over $1,000 worth of items and Pokemon cards from um Fire and Ice. So they sent him the cards or whatever. He got the cards and then looked around, and now he's trying to resell the cards for money. So the shop owner was like, well, no, so my local shop owner, he was there the day I was there to pick up my cards and whatnot. And the guy was like, yeah, you know, I bought the cards from Fire and Ice. And the guy was like, oh yeah, we've been to Fire and Ice. We know the guys from Fire and Ice. It's pretty cool. He's like, yeah, but I feel like they ripped me off because, like, he was showing all these cards and whatnot that he bought from them. It was like some really cool Pokemon cards, the designs and stuff are nice. And then he's like, yeah, I bought them for like over like $1,000 and all this and that. And like, at first it was just like, okay. So then they started examining the cards, and that's when we started realizing. Like, you can basically tell like this guy's a scammer, cause like all his mannerisms and stuff was like, because they asked him questions like, okay, you bought the cards, are you trying to resell the cards? He's like, yeah, I'm just trying to get my money back. Like, I don't have any value for the cards anymore. He was like, some of them look like they're rip-offs or fakes and stuff. And it's like, some of them, they actually weren't even resellable. So how did you even, like, purchase unsellable cards beyond me? But, yeah, he basically had a whole bunch of cards. Some of them weren't resellable. Some of them had, like, certain stickers on them and stuff. On, like, the cases and stuff. It was just really, like, such stuff. So, they bought the cards from him. He gave him like stuff he couldn't get rid of, like for sale. And he was like, so they gave him like $300. And then they asked, and they said, "Well, you have an ID." He was like, "Oh, I don't have my ID." I was like, "You're supposed to carry your ID on you, my boy. You not know what year you live in." And then it was like, so then it went from he didn't have his ID. That's my school ID. He was like, "Oh, I don't have it on me." And then like, well, if I come back with my mom, can she like have the ID? You know, can we use her ID? So they took a picture of the card, they took a picture of the money, they took a picture of him, and you know, sent him on his way. And then he said he was on his way to another store. So the owner was like, I know those guys. So after the guy left, he pulled out. I was like, I'm sorry, but you know, you don't have an ID. And they're like, the guy who worked in the register and the owner was like, nah, yeah, that, we know, that is, we peeped that too when we asked him. Now, it's like, how do you not have your ID, but you're driving? Like, you're getting on the freeway and everything, running around back and forth. But you don't have an ID? Yeah. So they already peeped that. They got on the phone and they called the guy they knew from the other store. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not at the store right now, but I did have a computer running with a guy." And he was literally describing the same guy that just came in the store. And I'm like, "Yeah, he came in here too." It's like, "Yeah, it was very shady deal for what I was standing with." We did like tell him to maybe come back later and we'll try to like work some things out with him. But from what he was telling them, he told them the same thing. Like he bought some cars from Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice sent him the cars and everything. And he was like, "Yeah, I got very suspicious too." So I contacted Fire and Ice. So he didn't get a call back, but he got an email. And the guys from Fire and Ice were like, "Yeah, he bought some cars from us, but we kind of feel like it's but it might be like a credit card scam. So be careful. And if you have any, like, take pictures and stuff, because the guy basically scam artist, from what it seems like. Like he's trying to credit card scam, and they're like, "Thank you for letting us know. Like we'll keep an eye out on him and everything." So I don't know how the story unfolded. I just know from what I was told and what I've seen, like they were making phone calls, and cause like one thing about store owners is that if we find out if they find out they're getting product from a store that somebody stole, their first instinct is like, "Hey, let me call these people. Let me take pictures of this just to cover their tracks." But then you don't want to be accused of, "Oh, we helped somebody steal from you just to profit off of it." You know what I mean? So that's why they're like, "Let me make some phone calls and see what's going on." Because they were going to call Fire and Ice. But then they're like, "Well, since he mentioned the other store that he went to before he got to theirs, let me call them and see what's going on with them." And that's how everything transpired. So it was like, holy shit, that is crazy. If I hear about it, I'll let you guys know in like my next podcast of what's going on. But that was so much drama. I was like, "Ooh, what is the bag of popcorn and the tea?" Because I was ready. And then the other thing that I did, I went to Jollibee's. You know, the famous Filipino chicken restaurant that's been popping up all over the place. Yeah, I tried some Jollibees the other day. I went while I was out in Alameda um, over the week. I went to Jollibees and I enjoyed Jollibees. It was really good. Jollibees is a chicken restaurant, kind of similar to that of like Popeyes and churches and stuff like that. But their style of food and stuff is more catered to a more Filipino style of things. Like they serve macaroni and cheese. No, that's not cheese. Uh, Spaghetti, Filipino style spaghetti, mashed potatoes, fries, whole shebang. The place smelled good. Like it was really really good. I literally walked in and just whiffed of food, and it was really good. It smelled so good in there. Um, so my first instinct, of course, was to go and get something to eat. I was real hungry. And my idea was actually to go out there, eat, and then just come back home. But I realized how late it was, and I was like, "Oh shit." So I had just decided to go ahead, pick up the food, come home, and eat it. Um, by the time I got home, it was still good. I took a shower, everything was still pretty warm. So I just put it back in the air fryer, warmed it up, and ate it. I bought a 3-piece and some fries. I got the dark meat. I asked for dark meat. They gave me dark meat. Two legs and a thigh. So I think next time if I go, I'm gonna get a 4-piece and some fries. The fries are really good. Guys, the fries were good. Oh goodness, those fries are delicious. Um, the one thing I have Jollibees, and I don't know, like people who eat Jollibees, you probably tell me. So I ate Jollibees. It wasn't enough seasoning for me. That's my only thing. I like my food seasoned, especially my chicken. I can tell if the chicken is seasoned. It wasn't seasoned enough for me. And I perfectly understand because, you want to make sure everyone is able to eat the food. That's why I carry, you know, and I know this is weird. Don't judge me. I carry a little bag of seasoning. I have, little seasoning stuff with me. Some black pepper, some white pepper, some parsley. Um, I carry that around with me. Mainly because my job doesn't provide seasonings for food. So a lot of times I carry it, and at the point, now that they're carrying a lot of seasonings I can use, I just carry my own little seasoning because I want a little extra flavor to my food. Don't judge me. So I did. I didn't have the bag on me at that point. I left the bag at home, but I came to work and was talking about it, and my my manager was like, "You didn't have the bag of seasoning?" I said, "No, I left it at home." But when I got home, I threw all the seasoning on there. I threw my parsley, my black pepper, my white pepper. I should have thrown some garlic powder, some onion powder on there, but I think that might have been a little too much. But the chicken, like I said, before I had to eat it, delicious. Oh, it was really good. But it wasn't seasoned enough for me. That's the only thing. I like a lot of my food seasoned. You know, especially my chicken. So my chicken isn't seasoned a lot. You know, like what is a lot for me? Well, you don't have to Colonel Sanders and put like 15, 21 different flavors of seasonings that I have to figure out which one is which. You know, just do it simple for me. You know, do some black pepper, some black pepper, some onion powder, some garlic powder, some parsley, maybe some thyme, and then some white pepper if you want to feel really fancy. Because white pepper is very expensive. But overall, like yeah, to me it was just like it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. No, it was really good. It was great. Honestly, it was a great chicken, very well seasoned. The skin on the chicken was fantastic. It was a good fry. I just wanted some more seasoning. I kind of glad I didn't ask for any seasoning. I don't know if they had any seasoning packets. That's why I went home. Oh, and there was a Safeway up the street, so yeah, I could easily just went to the Safeway and got that. But it's still good. It's still really good. I will at least say that it was really really good. Um, I just wanted to season that for me. So then when I got home, I got all of that, and it was really good. They're doing a Final Fantasy 14 promotion, which is nice. So, so yeah, it wasn't bad. It could be better, but then I'm picky. Kind of why I don't go to a lot of places to eat food, because I will say this and don't judge me. Um, what's that one place? Church's Chicken hasn't been the same for me because not enough seasoning. You know, now that I'm actually cooking food, I guess my palate has definitely changed to the point of, damn, why is all this food not seasoned? Because holy shit, I need some seasoning on my food. And it's crazy because Oakland only has two Church's Chickens. We have maybe one, two, three Popeyes. And there's a Popeyes downtown Oakland. There's a Popeyes over in East Oakland. I think there's a Popeyes in West Oakland, but I'm not sure where it is. Um, there used to be more than one, but I think one of them closed, so it's not only two. KFC, there's a couple of KFCs in Oakland. There's the KFC that's over there on MacArthur. There's the KFC over there in, um, what is that? The Acorn Plaza. I know there's a KFC over, on Telegraph, I think. No, they closed it. It became a Starbucks. And then, oh, there's another KFC that's down the street from, oh, there is the Popeye. No, that Popeye's in Berkeley. Figure. Yeah, no, there's a KFC over there in Emeryville. But I guess it's not Oakland, but it's still a place. But yeah, it's over there in Emeryville. Um, but yeah, those are like the only couple of KFCs I know. But sadly and unfortunately, yeah, KFC, a lot of flavor, not enough back. Um, and then way too expensive. Popeyes isn't bad, because I love Popeyes fries. I love their chicken. I don't like their biscuit. Um, because to me, Jollibee's is like Church's Chicken, but with Popeyes prices. So you get your bang for your buck, but the seasoning needs to be there. Um, there's I want to say there is a Wingstop, but that's no. There's a Wingstop over in Oakland. I know there's three of them in Oakland. I don't know if the one over in Hagenberger is closed because of all the robberies, but there was that one. There was a Wingstop over. Well, Emeryville has a Wingstop, and then there's one over there near Grand Lake Theater. if that hasn't closed. But someone would have told me if it was closed. Because I know too many people that work in that area that would have told me, hey, they closed that. But I haven't been to Wingstop because Wingstop is so damn expensive. So if I get chicken, I want chicken that I can get. I think outside of me, because I stopped going to Safeway. But Safeway over in Emeryville is so damn packed and the lines are just so crowded. I was just like, I'd rather go to the one in Alameda because it just feels more homey. Then again, I've been one of those people like if I had to choose, I live either in Oakland or Alameda or Berkeley. It'd probably be between Alameda and Berkeley just because of the scenery. But I mean, I still love my city. It's just my city is so damn expensive and it's so fucking crowded for no reason. And then it's not like I don't know where the Safeways are, because the Safeway over there on MacArthur that I used to go to when I worked over there. There's a Safeway near the lake. Well, I haven't been to that one in ages either. And then, yeah, that's really about it. So my adventures of different locations is adventures of different things in my life. But really, truly, honestly, it's just that everything's just so all over the place. So I really haven't been able to not be all over the place, if you get me. So, yeah, it's definitely a lot. Um, so yeah, that was my big excursions of things that I've done over the week. I have a therapy session Wednesday. I get paid, I think tomorrow. I get paid tomorrow. Tomorrow or Thursday. Because when is the 30th? Or is it 31 months in this month? Hold on, I can figure this out. There's really not much on this page that I'm looking at. Calendar. So, okay, so I don't get paid tomorrow. I get paid on Tuesday, the 28th. Okay, I gotta go pick up some more wash money. Yeah. So I have my therapy appointment Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday. And then we have what? Friday, and then 1, 2, 3 weeks. Well, basically, hell, at that point, just a whole nother month till I'm off vacation. And it's all of June, July, into what's on the 9th of July? No, into August, and I think the kids start on the 10th of August. So yeah, so that first week of August I'll be back, and then my birthday is on the 20th of August. I have no ideas or plans of what I want to do for my birthday, so don't ask me. But if I figure out anything, I'll let people know ahead of time. But other than that, everybody, I think that is basically it for HPJ's podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I have definitely experienced a lot. So, it's definitely a thing. I do appreciate you guys coming in, watching this, despite most people saying that this is probably the most boring part of, um, you know, my channel, but it is what it is. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I'm going ahead and get this uploaded as soon as possible. And I'll catch you guys for the next HPJ podcast, which will most likely be May 3rd. Alright, so I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.